welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Can't focus on me. Baby, can you focus on me?
So today in this video, I'm going to be going through some self-care tips that you wish you knew sooner, because you gotta look after yourself this new year. So if you do like this video, be sure to let me know by giving it a like, comment and share. And if you want to see more of my face and more of my content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be trying to do different videos throughout the year, so I'm not just focusing on the same themes. So that's why it's kind of like a bit all over the place right now, but I'm making playlists, you get? So I'm trying to have different content every week, so you get surprised. You're like, oh, this is new. Ooh. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. This video is going to be relatively similar to another video that I did not too long ago actually, but this is more so focusing on self-care and making yourself feel better. Not necessarily making you the better version of yourself, but more so making you just feel better in yourself. These are things that have worked for me. These are things that I actually do on a regular basis, and I'm trying to do some more than others. I'm trying to focus on some more because I do them less than others, but these are things that I literally do myself. So yeah. I'm giving you advice from things that have worked for me and do work for me. First things first is to prioritize your sleep. Make sure you get however many hours of sleep that you need. Me personally, regardless of what time I go to sleep, I will always get my 8 hours worth of sleep. I need my sleep. I need my sleep. That is like a priority. Even if it's like you're on the phone or something and it's bedtime, good night, you've got to say good night. Setting your boundaries with people. This one is very, very important. This is something that I've done a lot more. I did a lot more last year, and I'm carrying it more into this year as well, So if people have crossed, like, you have limits within yourself, you need to stick to them. It's not you necessarily being harsh or boring or whatever. If you have boundaries, let's say you don't like people who tell lies or something, and someone, I'm just using this as an example, and someone lied to you like 1, 2, 3 times. If your limit is 3 times, 3 strikes, if you have 3 strikes and that's it kind of thing, stick to that. Stand up. It's like me personally, if people do think, I don't stop speaking to people when I say do things to me, and then with that I have 3 strikes and you're out. So you gotta be strict with it for your own mental well-being, peace of mind, and it's not good to have negative things around you. So yeah, set your boundaries. And also that can come in the sense of time as well. So if someone I don't know, keeps cancelling on you and wasting your time, set that boundary with them and tell them, listen, my time is precious, don't mock it. You have to set your boundaries. It will make you feel better and people will respect you as well. 3, this is also very important. I do this every month because, yeah, my own sanity. I need to do this. Schedule a you day every month. So I mean it by that, I mean in that day you eat what you want, you eat food that you like, you do what you like to do, you sleep, this can be maintenance day if you want to do maintenance day, if you want to do your hair, do your nails, do whatever. That can be that day. If you want to pamper yourself and do face masks, skincare stuff, do that on that day. But have like the whole 24 hours where you do whatever you want. And trust me, you'll feel better. If you do it once a month, I know it's like, oh, where do I find time? Make time for yourself, because if you don't make time for yourself, who's going to make time for you? You got to look after yourself first. Put yourself first. But yeah, seriously, schedule a monthly you day. Number 4 is to manage stress. So however you manage stress, find a way to manage it, because stress can really create other problems that you don't need. It can create, like, you can get, me personally, when I'm really stressed, I get really snappy with people, and then sometimes that can create a problem. Or I get really like worked up and just anxious about situations and fixate on things. I don't sleep as well. I don't eat properly either. I'll eat like, I'll just eat stupid, do you know what I mean? I don't eat properly. and then because of that I'm hungry, and then I get hungry, and then I get angry, and then I get snappy, and then, yeah. So yeah, I found a way to get out of that cycle, and that is by just stopping what I'm doing. And it sounds simple and it sounds kind of like dumb, but it makes sense. So with the thing that's stressing me out, let's say it's coursework from uni, the thing stressing me out, I literally will have like about, obviously the work, if I'm stressing about the work and it's got like a deadline that's very upcoming, and I don't feel like I'm gonna meet the deadline, I will literally, in fact that doesn't really happen, if it's next week the deadline is, and I still have quite a lot to do, I will take half a day, not even half a day, probably like 2-3 hours, to just sit in like a room and, I don't know, listen to music, or go outside, go to the gym, do something that distracts me, completely distracts me, literally don't even think about it, don't talk about it, and eat and just recharge in that little amount of time. Then I'll make sure I go to bed early that same night. The day after, I feel a bit more motivated and better about the situation. And obviously it doesn't take the stress away, but it helps. Like that same night that I'm going to bed, I light a candle. It sounds simple, but it helps calm me down a little bit and de-stress. Or if I feel really stressed, I'll write down what's stressing me out and then it's out of my system. So you have to find what works for you to deal with stress and manage it. Number 5 is to spend time with your friends or family on a weekly basis. So I say this because human beings are social beings. Like, we need to interact with people. If you're not interacting with people, it'll make you feel a bit like sad and slow, and just, if you schedule like once a week to meet up with, like, I don't know, a friend or something, or a family member, or even just calling people, if you just go on the phone and speak to someone, especially if you live by yourself, yeah, because it can be really lonely living by yourself. So if you take that time once a week to just reach out to someone and speak to them, because they might be in the same boat, and it will uplift your spirits. So yeah. 6 Number 6 is to have a digital detox. So that means just have a day where you're not on social media. I love this one, I'm sorry, I'm actually so anti sometimes. I was just talking about being social. Like, yeah, it's good to be social, but sometimes you need a break from being social. I love this one so much. Like, it's not even me being anti, but once a month I like to not be on my devices. And it's not that I'm completely off them, but I mean it in the sense I'm not actually, I have to speak to people. Like, because my social battery dies if I'm like doing too many social activities within like a week or something. At the end of the week, I don't want to speak to anyone. It's not with me being rude or anything. I'm just tired. Do you know what I mean? And you're mentally drained. That's like, yeah. So I like to have a day where I don't go on social media. The only social media I'll go on is Pinterest. So I'll do that, and then just limit my device usage. Like, my screen time on those days is like an hour or 2 hours, because there's other things to do, which I'm gonna go into. Number 7 is to find new hobbies. So find new things you can do. Now, when I say find new hobbies, I'm linking it back to what I just said. Find things that you can do that don't require you to use screens, because it will make you feel a lot better about yourself, and you don't always have to be on screens. Like, screens is not good for you 24/7. So this can include reading, writing, drawing, painting if you're a creative person. It can also include going to the gym. It can also include walking, running, jogging if you're like a physical activity type person. Next, it can also include I'm picking these things off my head. It can include like learning an instrument. That's also a creative kind of thing to do. I was doing this a lot over the holidays. I was doing scrapbooking, so I did a scrapbook for the whole of 2024, which is also linked to creativity. I can't really think of creative things because I'm like a creative person in it. These are the no! Did I do that? The hobby is listening to music, making music, writing songs if you're that sort of person. Playing games. Like, literally gaming you can do. Like crossword, don't like it too, like word search, jigsaws, I actually love all these things, but I don't have knitting, crocheting, whatever thing you're interested in, do it. Find your hobbies and do things that you enjoy. Don't let people put you off because,
Oh, why are you doing that? Who does that anymore? Oh, why are you doing that? That's like a weird thing to do.
it's not their business. If it brings you joy and makes you happy, do it. 8 is to do things you enjoy, which is literally what I was just saying. So by all those hobbies I mentioned, if they're things that you genuinely enjoy, or there's something that you enjoy and you're not quite sure how other people are going to react to it, who cares? Don't think about other people. You're not living life to please other people. You're living life to enjoy it and to please yourself and make you feel happy. So do things that make you feel happy. Do things that motivate you, make you feel positive about yourself, because other people's opinions really do not matter. Like, people care, people are inner and can care, but they don't necessarily care about what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Number nine is to connect more with nature. Now me, I used to not be a nature person. I used to be like, ew, outside, ew, like, because like the insects and stuff, I didn't want them by me in it. But when I was in Mexico, and for, yeah, if you don't know, I was in Mexico for like 6 months, but when I was in Mexico, I was like outside pretty much every day, and just outside, you're walking around looking at the trees, birds, the sun. No, there was music playing. I don't even know why. There was music playing, not all the time, but when I was outside, I felt like a lot better in myself. On the days that I wasn't feeling like it, but when I went outside, it made me feel better. And I know here in the UK it's too cold to be outside right now, but trust me, put on your coat, your hat, your scarf, your gloves, walk around the park, walk around your area, and even do it without headphones, just to listen to the surroundings. Like, if you live in a busy city, it's not really great, but walk around the park and just listen to nature, and you'll feel more connected with nature and bettering yourself, and it will uplift your spirits. Trust me on that, because it's good for you. Last but certainly not least, and the most important one out of all of these things, I left it to the end because it's the most important one, and it's like, this is like what's going to really wound you, is to pray. So I mean that to say that if you're feeling down about a situation, if you pray about it, then you're gonna get answers to whatever is stressing you out, and you're gonna be guided into where you need to go, what you need to do. And praying can really make you feel a lot better. Pray. That brings me to the end of the video. If you did like it, be sure to let me know by giving it a like, comment and share. And if you want to see more of my face, more of my content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I shall see you next time for another video. I hope you enjoyed it, and look after yourself. Bye.
Hands in the soap, how the faucet's running it.